In the name of Allah, the most beneficent, the most merciful. With the beautiful name of Allah, let's begin today's learning session, Grade 2, Week 9, English. Yes, dear students, a family. This is a beautiful picture of a happy family, and it's a wonderful quote. A family is the most beautiful gift of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Respect and care about them. Yes, dear students, why I'm sharing this beautiful picture and a wonderful quote about a family with you? Because the lesson which we are going to read today is about a family and how the family members help each other to make things happen. So, dear students, family is a real gift of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Take care of your parents and always help and share things with brothers and sisters. Let's move to the areas which we are going to cover in this session today. Reading and comprehension, Zack and his good intentions. Yes, dear students, we have read this story but not completely in the school. The last part is left, so we are going to read and discuss the last part of the story, which is actually the very important part of the story because it is discussing the central idea of the story. Grammar and punctuation. The areas which we are going to cover in grammar and punctuation are articles a, an, and the. We have done a and an in first half, and now we are going to learn the third article, its use and its application in our writing, and that article is the. We have done suffixes, and today we are going to learn about prefixes. I'm sure you're going to enjoy and learn a lot in today's learning session. Reading and comprehension, learning outcomes. Dear students, you will be able to develop positive attitude towards reading. You will be able to discuss words and phrases that capture the reader's attention. Means we are going to discuss the words and phrases which are very important and that capture the reader's attention.
Read and be better. Don't read and just be.
Yes, this is a beautiful quote about reading. Dear students, if you will read good books, you will become better individuals. And you will learn a lot. It will not only help in your studies, but it will help in your whole life. Let's have a review of the book, Zack and His Good Intentions. It's an Islamic story. It's the story about a family where family members help each other to do different things. The main characters in the story are Zack and Hannah, brother and sister, mother and father. Zack and Hannah, they plan to do good deeds the whole day, and they try to do different good deeds. They make different good intentions and they try to achieve good deeds, good actions. Every time Hannah is able to achieve good actions also, good deeds also. But for Zack, it's his bad luck that every time whenever he decides to do some good deed, his good deed is not successful due to some reasons. Was it really bad, or was there something good in the end? Let's read and find out. Yes, dear students, let's see the good intentions that Zack has made in this story, and he was unable to achieve those good intentions. So let us see. First of all, chocolate chip cookies he wanted to share with his neighbor and he wanted to earn some good deeds. But unfortunately, he trips and falls down. All the chocolate chip cookies also fall down. Next, he wants to help his mom by bringing his cat home. The cat was on the tree. But what happens? Something sticky falls on his head and he is unable to bring the cat home. Then his mom told him to help her by using water sprinkler in the garden. But what happens? By mistake, he throws all the water on his father and he couldn't achieve that good deed too. He was very sad. Let's learn new words and their meanings. Intention. Niyya means what you decide or plan in your mind and heart what you want to do. Resilience. To be firm. Shovel. An object to dig. Wriggly, twist and turn with quick writhing movements. Sprinkler, an object to water the garden frantically. Disorganized movements due to anxiety and fear. Let's start reading of the story.
Hannah, would you hand me my garden gloves? They're in the pocket of my sweater, Mama said. Hannah reached in the pocket of her mother's sweater. I found a packet of gummy bears. Maybe eat them? Their mother was hesitated at first. Okay, share them with your brother. There are 4 for you and 4 for me, she said, giving the sweets to Zach. Hannah ate her 4 quickly. Zach chewed slowly. He wasn't hungry. Mama, do you want my last gummy bear? I don't want it, Zach said sadly. I want it, Hannah said while digging in the garden with a hand shovel. It would be a good deed. Zach thought for a moment. He hadn't earned a good deed all day. Okay, you can have it. He started to hand his last gummy bear to his sister. Then something terrible happened. Hannah pulled the shovel out of the ground to reach for the candy. A huge, wet, wiggly worm flew through the air and landed on top of Zach's head. As he shook his head and frantically ran his fingers through his hair to get it off, the gummy bear fell in the dirt. No one could eat it now. There goes that good deed, Zach said. I just can't get a good deed today, Zach said sadly. Mama smiled. But you did get a good deed. How can I get a good deed? I never gave my gummy bear to Hannah, but you intended to give it to her, their mother explained. And that's what counts. The Prophet Muhammad said that whoever intends to do a good deed but does not do it still gets a good deed for his or her intention. A big smile appeared on his face. That means I've done 4 good deeds today. 1 for intending to give cookies to Ahmed's family. 1 for intending to bring Miss Ginger back home. 1 for intending to water the front lawn. And 1 for intending to give Hannah my last gummy bear. Is this a good deed? Their father yelled, running directly at them and waving the sprinkle in his hand. It is a hot day after all. Mama and Hannah screamed and ran inside the house. Zach ran straight towards his father. What a great day, Zach thought, even if things didn't go anything like I had planned.
Yes, dear students, good intentions in Islam. The full translation of the Hadith, saying of Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam mentioned in the story about good intention is below. The Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, Allah records good and bad deeds in this way. If anyone intends to do a good deed but does not do it, Allah still records it with him as one full good deed. If he intends a good deed and then carries it out, Allah records it with him as 10 to 700 times in reward, or even increases it many times over. If anyone intends to do a bad deed but does not actually do it, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala records it with him as one full good deed. If he intends to do a bad deed and does it, Allah records it against him as only one bad deed. Yes, dear students, see the greatness of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. If we plan to do a good deed and we don't do it, we are unable to do it due to some reasons like it has happened with Zach. Still we get the reward of good deed. And if we intend a good deed and then do it also, so we get reward of doing intention and then doing the good deed, Allah increases it 10 to 700 times in reward. And if somebody intends to do a bad deed but does not do it actually, Allah will record it as full one good deed, means because the person has not done that bad deed, so Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala takes it also as a good deed. If someone intends to do a bad deed and then does it, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala records it only as one bad deed. So dear students, we should try to make good intentions always, and then we should try to pursue those good intentions. So we will get reward of doing the intention and then doing the good deed. What else we have learned in this story? Make good choices. Whenever you have choices of things in front of you, always try to choose the best thing. The part of the story where Zach drops the gummy bear illustrates that each of us do not know what will happen after we have made a good or bad choice. That is up to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. This is a nice introduction to children about how free will and destiny work together. Like we should also, whenever we have choice, like helping parents or sharing things with brothers and sisters, we should always prefer to take good things, means helping parents, and we must try to share things with us instead of not sharing or not helping. Be resilient. Though Zach was not able to do good deeds, still he was resilient. He did not leave it. He was continuously focusing on doing good deeds and making good intentions. Even though Zach believes that he hasn't earned any good deed at first, he still keeps trying. This permits a good discussion on the importance of not giving up. So dear students, we should never give up doing good deeds. We should always try to follow good deeds and follow on making good intentions. Be flexible. Several times in the Zack story, Zack mentions that things did not turn out as he had planned in the end. Though the date turned out to be great, a discussion about accepting what has happened and moving on fits nicely here. You could also mention the importance of trusting in God's plan when bad things happen. If something bad happens, we should accept it and as God's plan, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala's plan, but we should always try making good choices and try making good decisions, try making good intentions. Keep learning. All day long, Zack thinks he is not getting good deeds because he does not know or remember what the Prophet ﷺ has said about good intentions. This is a great opportunity to discuss the importance of knowledge. Muslims in particular are required to increase their knowledge in order to know how to act and how to please God. So dear students, we should try to learn more and more because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala likes those who get knowledge and who try to improve their life, improve their ways, improve their way of living by learning good things from Islam. Now dear students, let's come to the comprehension check. Are you ready? Question number 1 is, what do you mean by intention? Do you know that?
Nia.
What do you mean by niya?
Nia means what we plan to do.
Okay, now let's move to the next question. Was Hannah able to eat the gummy bear? Do you know the answer?
No, it fell down.
Correct. Let's move to question number 3. Do you think Zack had good intentions?
Yes, but he could not fulfill his intentions.
Correct. Question number 4. Why was it a good day for Zack?
It was a good day for Zack because he realized that his good intentions have the same reward as his good deeds.
Well done. I'm sure, dear students, you must have learned a lot from today's lesson. Now, think of more questions and share with us. Think of more questions from the story, create your question cards and share with us. Now, let's move to the next topic, and that is grammar and punctuation. Articles a and the. Dear students, learning outcomes are: you will be able to define, identify and apply the articles in your writing. First of all, let us watch this video and then I'm going to explain what actually are these articles and how can we use them in our handwriting, our writing work.
Hey Elvis, can we have a selfie together?
Oh, Emily, you just said "and selfie." You need to watch this movie. Let's go! Introducing Article Brothers. Meet the three Article Brothers. A, N, and the. All three brothers like to point out nouns. The twin articles A and N like to point out singular nouns. The elder brother, the, likes to point out both singular and plural nouns. A and N are usually seen with one person, one place, one animal, and one thing. Though they are twins, both have different hobbies. The article A is seen with nouns that begin with consonants. For example, a bus, a cow, a girl, a zoo. The article N likes to listen to nouns beginning with vowel sound. For example, an umbrella, an octopus, an ink bottle, an elephant. Come, let's look at a few sentences where these three article brothers appear together. That is a store. There is an umbrella on the store. Thus, we can say that articles A and N are used to introduce a singular noun. Article the is used when we talk about the introduced noun the second time. In this case, it is the store. So, Sia, now do you know when to use A, N, and the?
Yes, thanks Elvis for showing me this great movie. I now know that A is used with nouns that begin with consonants. N is used with nouns that begin with vowels. And the is used to talk about already introduced nouns. Can we have a selfie now, please?
Yes, dear students, wonderful. I really liked it and I enjoyed it. Yes, there are two types of articles, definite articles the, indefinite articles a and an. Both are used with singular nouns, a and n. We have learned this from the video. A is used with consonants, nouns that begin with consonants. B, C, D, F, G, H, J, K, L, M, N, P, Q, R, S, T, V, W, X, Y, Z. These are consonants. Rule 1. When the object does not start with a vowel, for example, A, E, I, O, U, we use A. An is used with vowels A, I, U, E, O. If a noun begins with vowels, we use an before that. When the object we are talking about starts with vowel, ant, octopus, elephant, we use an. The is used for both singular and plural nouns, but those nouns about which we have already talked. When an object is being introduced for the first time, we use an indefinite article like a or an before it. After the object has been introduced, then we use definite article the to talk about it. Let's have some practice. I see dash cat.
I see a cat.
Yes, I see a cat. Because we are talking about the cat for the first time. Now, dash cat is orange.
The cat is orange.
Yes, this time we are using the because we have already talked about this cat. I see dash car.
I see a car.
Dash car is blue.
The car is blue.
Yes, we are talking about the same car about which we have already talked. So second time when we talk about the same thing, we use the. I see dash owl.
I see an owl.
Correct. Dash owl is brown.
The owl is brown.
Let's check. Yes, it's correct. I see dash eagle.
I see an eagle.
Good job. Dash eagle is very big.
The eagle is very big.
Correct. Now let's move to rule number 4. When the object we are talking about is unique, we always use the definite article the with that. Examples.
The Prime Minister of Japan is a very good public speaker. The sun is very hot today. The Statue of Liberty is very large. The Eiffel Tower is beautiful.
Good job. Now it's story time. Dear students, you are going to complete this story. It's given in your worksheet. So you need to complete the story. I saw a dash cat. The cat was sitting on the fence. Why we have used the for the second time? Whereas we have used a for the first time, because when we have introduced an object, second time when we are using the same object, we use the with that. This is a story, dear students, which is given to you. You have to complete the story using a, an, and the. Now let's move to prefixes. Yes, dear students, you have already done suffixes. Now we are going to learn about prefixes. And learning objectives are, you will be able to define, identify, and apply prefixes in your writing. Success criteria. I can explain what a prefix is. I can explain how adding the prefixes this, miss, un changes the meaning of the word. I can create and spell new words using the prefixes this, miss, un. I can create sentences using prefixes. Let's watch out the video so that you can understand very well what actually prefixes are and how can we use them.
Prefix is the beginning. The suffix is the beginning. The prefix is the beginning. And the suffix is the end.
Yes, dear students, I'm sure you enjoyed this song about it also. Now let's move to the next slide. Yes, what actually prefixes are? A prefix is added to the beginning of a word to make a new word. Most prefixes are added to the beginning of root words without any changes in spellings. We are going to learn about these prefixes today, this, miss, un. Now let's see the meaning of these prefixes, how when we add these prefixes, how the meanings of the words are changed. These are the root words, actual words, and these are prefixes which we add before the actual word. Disconnect, disconnect. Mistake, mistake. Uncover, uncover. And in the coming slides, we are going to learn the meanings of these words, these prefixes, and how these prefixes change the meanings of the root words. Let's move on. Dis. It is important to understand the definitions of prefixes because they help us figure out the meaning of any new words we come across. Think about different words which can be created through adding the prefix dis, like disconnect, dislike, disappear. So make a list of your own words by adding dis. What does the prefix dis means? Dislike, disconnect, disobey. Do not like something. Dislike, do not like something. Disconnect, break a connection so it is not connected anymore. Disobey, do not follow a command. So what do you understand this means? Do not. It means not or the opposite of something, like dislike. Connect, disconnect. Obey, disobey. So when we add dis, we make the opposite of the same word. It means not. What is prefix miss? Think about different words which you can create by using miss. For example, mistake, misfortune. Make a list of words by adding miss. Mistake, misread, misplace. Let's see the meanings. Mistake, do something wrong. Misread, read something wrongly. Misplace, put something in the wrong place. So what does miss mean? Miss means wrong or false. What is the prefix un? Think about the different words which can be created by using un, like uncover, unable, undo. Make a list of words by adding prefix un. What does the prefix un means? Unhappy, not happy. Unkind, not kind. Uncover, to take a cover off, so it is not covered. It means also not. Review activity. Let's match the prefixes with the root word. Dis. Let's see where is the correct matching of dis. Disconnect. Untie. Mistake. The activity which is given to you in the activity sheet is sort these words into the right boxes and see some words may fit into more than one box. Make words using these suffixes, for example, able, unable, miss, mistake, dis, appear, misbehave. Next activity is to apply the suffixes in your sentences. So, dear students, use these prefixes in your sentences to show that you understand the meaning of these words. Thank you, dear students. I hope you learned a lot and you enjoyed today's learning session. Take care of yourself. Stay safe